Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is SWGOH. Today, I'm going to be covering the Resistance and First Order, since First Order is like 4 characters, that I feel that need a touch-up or rework just to give them some sort of boost. I'll have some ideas here and there, but some ideas I probably won't, so, bear with me on that. But still, some of these characters could be updated. You do see 2 new ones. I'll talk about them in a minute. But let's get into Finn himself. He doesn't need much. He did get a rework, so it's not like a bad thing. The only thing I can see with this character, just give him a unique for a little bit more durability, tenacity, potency, like just a simple, either a 3-stage or, an 8-stage unique that grants Finn tenacity, potency, health, whatever, something that gives him some more viability. He doesn't need like a lot. It just needs to be just like maybe 15% on each. Yes, it would also help boost the strength of the Falcon. Cool, but at least it would allow for Finn to be just a little bit better, just unique. As well as I can see the recovery go up to 30%. But other than that, he's still, it's a pretty solid kit, especially thanks to his rework. I will say I do miss the use of his leadership. And also keep in mind, when you're watching this video, keep in mind, yes, his leadership does have 60 defense, offense, potency, and then grants other allies 30%, which is half of 60, obviously, as it says. But still, this is a catch-all lead. I would like to see more of these. But again, just remember, that's quite a bit of defense, offense, and potency in a kit. So I wouldn't mind seeing some more of this. And this is pretty solid as a leadership. This is what I want to see more in some more leaderships to update them is, 3-stage stats. Stat boosts. Then along with Poe Dameron, he doesn't need too much. I would say if BB-8's active with this ability, or maybe in his unique, the Zeta maybe, because he still needs a Zeta in his unique. Give him some more tenacity, maybe like 10% health recovery, protection, maybe some protection recovery. That 22 tenacity could go up to like 30 with the Zeta and stuff like that, but also allow BB-8 to assist when he uses any ability. Honestly, if he taunts, so it actually utilizes the fact that BB-8 is with Poe Dameron. It's Poe's droid. Yes, he let Rey use it. I may have let Finn use it. In Star Wars Resistance, he let the main character guy, I don't remember his name, he let him use it too, so it's not out of the realm that he could get, a little bit more stats to him. Maybe just because a lot of people try to run him with speed potency kind of setups, maybe add some health, max health, like, so 30 tenacity, 30 max health, and then recovers 10% of his max health. And then he grants these bonuses to Finn as well. Maybe Finn, and if Finn or BB-8 is present, they also gain these bonuses. Finn and BB-8, so it'll count for both, giving BB-8 tenacity, recovery, and max health. Wouldn't hurt. It's not like a big thing that would break the game. Resistance Trooper, he probably just needs a little bit more damage. I know, or what you call Major Tom, thanks to Urzatron. Just give him some more, he could use Zeta, or just keep him Omega level. Just give him an Omega ability. He has 10% potency. I would say 25% potency and maybe 25% max health, or maybe some offense. I don't know, something to just boost him up just a little bit. Nothing broken. I feel like since he's kind of a basic kit like this, basic simple, just give him some light stats that don't need to be too broken. Like maybe even some health still wouldn't hurt. Give him some of that, take his 10% up to 25, maybe 30. And then give him, 30, 25 or 30 health steal. Because I think, at least at this level, oh yeah, Hale has 5. But I'm pretty sure he gets more down the road. I don't have him worked on. So, that is Resistance Trooper. Amlin Haldo, she could have a basic leadership. She was a leader even in the movie, even though we didn't like how she turned out. I would have rather had her in training under Akbar and then her being an actual admiral paired up with Poe and Finn, Poe leading the starfighters, Finn leading the ground forces, and her leading the big capital ships. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Just a light leadership, nothing too broken. I'll get to two more characters I could give, just so for some viability. There's not too much out of her kit. Maybe just a little bit more recovery, maybe 25% protection. Maybe dispelling debuffs on herself and other allies. Just a light touch-up, nothing too broken. Rose Tico's the one that really needs a touch-up because Hamlin Haldo does get used quite a bit, where Rose Tico does not. So just update her, 10% offense for each exposed enemy. Should also have maybe speed. She's kind of on the slower end of things. So give her a little bit more speed, like 10% offense and speed, or like maybe like 10 speed for each exposed enemy, as well as maybe 10% defense or something. She works with exposes, so give her some more viability with these. Resistance allies again, defense up, maybe grant another buff or two, health steal and stuff like that. But just give her some, maybe even not the 10 offense or 10 speed, but just maybe a solid 25 speed. She gets 25 speed. And then maybe 15 offense for each exposed enemy. She's an attacker. Allow her to attack. It would make her a little better, especially since everyone has to go after Galactic Legend Rey. It would actually make the use of, some of these lower tiered characters better. So, resistance or Raid Jedi training. One of the things she does is 30 crit chance of crit damage and all this. It's a great solid leadership. I think right now it's time to update it. So take the 30% to 40%, add a third stat boost. It wouldn't hurt anything, especially since she's a tank, and it would allow for other characters to have a little bit more durability in some ways. 40% critical avoidance. So it has something to do with all the critical chances and stuff. The critical hitting. You have a chance to stave off some of those critical hits. She is a tank, so maybe in one of her uniques, give her a little bit more buff, because a lot of times you want to kind of mod her kind of either for speed potency. Some people probably mod her for crit damage, crit chance. But give her some viability, CG. Come on. Give her just a little bit more. She's kind of fallen to the wayside. She's only used for counter like low tier teams up to bounty hunters, probably without the new Grief and new Grief Karga and Mandalorian, but and even first order teams, probably before Hux. Before Hux and Sith Trooper. She still can beat some of those teams, but just give her a little bit more viability, especially in her leaderships. Whenever Rey evades, I feel like she should recover 10% health and protection off 5. Nothing too broken out of it. The rest of her kit's really solid. I really like her kit. Resistance Pilot's another one. Kind of like, just give it an Omega. Get some more stat boosts in there. Has 5% crit chance, evasion, and 25% turn. What? Those are like so small stat boosts. Go up to the Mega level. Oh, of course, I would actually add some more boosts, but take it up to 25% critical chance, evasion, and maybe add some max health or protection, whichever, one would make sense. Just to get some more stats in there. Just to update these. I haven't even worked on the Resistance Pilot, and I still have to max them out. So just give some more stats to them. It's just light stat changes, especially in leaderships. Now, Finn and Poe. Why are they on here? Finn and Resistance Hero, Finn and Poe. Well, first off, I would say their names should be changed a little bit. Because one was a general, I think one, maybe Resistance Hero Finn is fine, but Resistance Hero Poe should be General Poe Dameron. I think he was considered a general, if I remember right, in episode 9. So really, give him that title. And Grant, because they were both leaders in some form or fashion, they don't have to have, broken leaderships. Just have a simple 3-stat leadership, 30 to 40%. Have like Finn be the defense and Poe be the offense, defense on the ground, offense in the air kind of thing. So, maybe do the, again, 40 crit chance, crit damage, crit avoidance. Other allies get half these bonuses. And then it's the same with Finn, but it's like more of a or maybe not crit chance, crit damage, crit avoidance, but maybe Poe gets potency in his leadership and Finn gets tenacity, and then they give half the amounts to other allies. Even take them up to 50%. 3 stats, 3 simple stat boosts, health, steal, tenacity, or potency, depending on which, and then maybe offense and defense. It could be just something like that. It's just a simple leadership. It's not going to be that broken. And then finally, we're going to talk about BB-8. I think it's time for a well-deserved update for BB-8. He deserves it. So, his basic is fine. I like it. His covert data is fine. Except secret intel, I feel like it should grant an 30% potency and maybe tenacity as well. Maybe not. I do like Illuminated Destiny, except I would say droid and resistance allies recover 30% health and protection. Give some health recover in this unique. It would allow players to, in Grand Arena, and maybe even save some in Territory Wars, just give a little more viability to BB-8. Give more survivability to whatever droid or resistance team out there. So maybe add a couple of extra buffs. There's health steal. There's, add a few more buffs in the Illuminated Destiny. It's time to update that a little bit. Roll with the punches is fine. 80% counter chance. When he attacks out of turn, calls a random resistance or droid ally to assist. That would be kind of nice to give some more droid synergy. It's not going to change too much. One thing I forgot to say is when he taunts, I feel like he should also get defense and foresight up when he taunts, every time he does taunt, so that he has more of a chance to trigger self-preservation protocols and have the health and protection recovery, because evasion doesn't happen all the time, but have the health and protection recovery go up from 8%. That's small. Take to 15%. It's not too broken out of the realm. That's just a light heal here and there when he has it. But aside from that, those are just some thoughts and ideas on how to update resistance. Now to quickly finish off the First Order. Whoops. Oh, no, that's right. Phasma. There's a couple of things they could do with her. Of course, one, she does need a unique. Nothing too much, but maybe her Victory March, she can become a summoning character. Summon her little droid that she has in Battlefront 2. That would be kind of nice to see. Or something, along the lines. Or Full Saw does that, where the Victory March grants buffs, and then she immediately uses a extra move that's her Staff Strike, just so she has something more to do. Just, something simple like that. She could be a summon character with a melee ability. Both TIE pilots could use a light buff. First Order Special Forces TIE pilot, I feel like deserves a unique. Just a light unique, get some speed or offense or potency or tenacity, crit avoidance, something. Give him something. I would be okay if they did even a 5-stat, 15%, 10 to 15% boost on 4 to 5 different stats. Just small stats. Nothing too broken, just to give him some more durability. First Order TIE pilot. He's okay. He's really good with it. Maybe the double tap goes up a little bit. There's not too much to talk about with him. He's, fairly solid. He's used a lot. I still use him in my First Order team on defense, and I just realized GAC now has a First Order TIE pilot with one less mod. Yay. But, you know, those two are just simple buffs. Kylo Ren, this is the one I feel like deserves a light leadership. Nothing too out of the realm. Just because Kylo Ren kind of did lead some troops and stuff into battle here and there throughout The Force Awakens. And The Force Awakens, this is that version of Kylo. So give him a light leadership. Nothing Zeta-wise, nothing too broken. You know, just give him something. Because it would also, again, just like Phasma and just like Phasma at least, giving him unique to her, or give him a second unique. I don't care. Something just to boost him. Give him a little bit more offense. He does have some decent survivability against health damage boost, just like Crew and then the new Supreme Leader Kylo. But yeah, let's get some light buff to him. Nothing too much, and then it would also help his shuttle just between him and Phasma. So other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with any of these with the reworks? Because I feel like these characters just need some light push-ins. And maybe you could argue First Order Officer could get a little bit of a boost. But aside from that, that is my thoughts on Resistance and First Order. Again, thank you for watching. And you guys have a phenomenal day.